Hey everyone, Zoop here with an episode of Help an Ensign. The following hints and tips are for newer players, but it also serves as a good reminder for you veterans out there. If you play Battleships long enough, eventually there is one scenario that you will almost certainly come across. This is straight up close quarters broadside to broadside action. You know, that moment that evokes the age of sail where you're point blank to your enemy, close enough to throw potatoes at him or her. This isn't a moment to panic though. In fact, this is likely one of the few times where your adrenaline gets pumped and you're actually excited. This is what players live for in World of Warships. No one really puts themselves in position for this to happen though. In fact, most of the time we try to avoid this. However, every now and then the situation dictates you make a choice that leads to this one epic moment. So, how do you survive? You might think that an engagement like this comes down to pure luck. In some instances, it does. Take out your RNGesus rosary and say a few Hail Marys before going in for the kill. It might not help, but it might not hurt. There are, however, a few things you can do to help your situation and help yourself survive the encounter, and ensure your enemy does not. There are two critical things that you can do, and I'm going to teach them to you. This is a quick lesson, but an important one. Prior to this, you have to make sure the enemy is not going to go in for the ram. If they do, that's a completely different story. Let's say the enemy commits to the battle. The very first thing you can do to help yourself is pre-position your guns. The biggest mistake players make in close quarter battles is they follow the enemy with their guns. Remember, your guns turn very slow. A lot of times players will follow the enemy with their guns, and this is fine for the front guns, but the back guns are out of position, and before they can get in position to fire, the enemy's already passed on by. Set your guns to broadside in anticipation of firing right when the enemy is broadside and you're broadside to them. This ensures all your guns fire, not just the front. The second most important thing you can do is wait. Many times players will fire early when they aren't broadside to broadside. There's a fear that if they wait, they might miss their chance, or that if they fire early, they can get the kill shot first. 'Tis folly, my friend. As you can see here, the player I was playing against fired first, and while I was still slightly angled, I waited, had my guns waiting for that broadside shot, and fired. I survived. He did not. And that is how you survive a close quarters battleship gunfight. Pre-position your guns, trust your armor, and wait for the shot. As for the kill shot, I usually aim for the frontal turret citadels and have good success there. Waiting to aim for the center citadel is risky because if the enemy knows what they're doing and goes for your frontal citadels, you might not survive to take your shot. And this, of course, is where luck and RNG comes into play. Anyhow, hope these tips help you, especially if you're a newer player. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications for more hints, tips, and reviews. I'll catch you all later. Zoop out.